Pleased to be joined by Kirk Wycoff from Three Diamonds Farm, and you have Cross Border heading into the Pegasus World Cup turf. And Kirk, this was a horse that you purchased back in 2018 at the Horses of Racing Age sale. What was it about him that first really intrigued you?
Two things. He was by English Channel. We like turf racing. We like long turf racing. We have a trainer that can make one go slow better than anybody else in Mike Maker. And then the races that Cross Border had run at Woodbine, even though they were claiming races, he had run very fast numbers on the Ragases in his last two races at Woodbine. So we knew he had a few issues that we would have to deal with, but we were delighted to get him. And he was a New York bred, I guess would be the third thing. So there were plenty of conditions. He's always been a horse that tries very hard. To be honest with you, it's been a little hard for us to figure out what his best running style and his best distance is. We think his best distance is probably 1 1/8 to 1 3/8, and so the distance of the Pegasus kind of fits him perfectly.
And I guess that kind of leads into the next question. Obviously, things depend on the draw, but what do you think his running style in the Pegasus turf might be? It's typically speed is kind at Gulfstream.
Well, he's never going to be far back. So if there's no one that wants to be in front, that'll be fine with us, especially with the short run from the stretch into the wire. But doesn't need to lead. He's rated very kindly in the past.
He's had a good year for sure. His last race was back in December at the Fairgrounds, where he finished second. How has he been doing since then?
He's doing great. He's at Gulfstream with Mike. He can be a little bit of a nervous horse. He keeps himself fit, but he really seems to like Florida. And I talked to Mike this morning. He's put on weight, and we couldn't be any more excited about the race. We obviously there's some new 3-year-old shooters in there, in now 4, I guess, in Colonel Liam and perhaps Pixelate, and that's fine. But we think he's as good an older horse as there is in the country at this distance.
And you've really had so much success with Mike Maker too, your Three Diamonds operation. Of course, Mike won this race already with Zulu Alpha. Does that give you a little bit more confidence in knowing he's just so good with these distance turf races?
Well, look, Zulu Alpha went off at 23 to 1 last year and made us a lot of money. So I'm pretty sure Cross Border is not going to be 23 to 1. But I would say for the handicappers and the bettors, where we are with Lasix is a question mark for everyone. Probably in both, in all the graded stakes that day. We're going to run Tie to the Sea in the McKnight, but we're all going to find out which horses really don't need the Lasix and which horses maybe did, and so that makes it a pretty tough betting race.
And it does add an extra layer, so to speak, to it. But a big opportunity, $1 million race in January. How excited are you, and how special would it be to win with your New York bred?
Well, we won our first $1 million race last November. It'd be really exciting to get 2 in 3 months. It would certainly help kick off our plan this year for Three Diamonds in the right fashion. As you know, a number of our horses are off at this time of year. Getting their breaks. We're big believers at Three Diamonds in the mental aspect as well as the physical aspect. So we've always taken a page out of Guy Waterhouse's book to give them a spell. So it'd be a great thrill. It's a great thrill just to run in the Pegasus, to be honest with you, and we hope we have a horse to run in it every year.